Fellas, we've all experienced being outside somewhere and seeing a woman and feeling horny, feeling sexual energy burning up in our body, not knowing what to do, and having only very suboptimal outlets available to us, such as masturbation, porn, which can turn into addiction, leads to weakness. Oh my goodness. How can so much negativity spring from something that is actually good? Energy, fire, sexual energy. Indeed, it's an important topic because when man can learn to transcend the base sexual by transmuting this energy to the higher centers in the body, this is when man can be human. This is where life begins. Oh, it's not to say that sex is not there and it's not enjoyable and it should not to be had. Absolutely. What is life without sex? The point is rather not to be controlled by it, not to allow our consciousness to exist only in the lower chakras, and more than 99% of our collective consciousness worldwide is locked in the lower chakras because this comes naturally to us. We don't need to work to go through puberty. We need to work to bring the kundalini up the spine and activate the higher energy centers, the heart, the throat, the third eye, the crown, explode, get to union with the divine. All of this generally takes work, but we don't need to work to get to puberty. The activation of the Swadhisthana chakra and the Muladhara chakra, which govern base sexual instincts, happen automatically for every human on the planet. Sexuality is our birthright. But unfortunately, because it happens automatically and the other centers do not, most people simply stop there. Many 60-year-olds, 65-year-old men that you'll meet are simply 14-year-olds in a 65-year-old body because their consciousness has not moved past that point. While their knowledge, their experience, and even their maturity has increased, their actual center of consciousness is nowhere past the Swadhisthana, the second chakra, because it takes work to get to the other ones. And because of that, porn is the most valuable industry on the internet. Because of that, the school system teaches us that masturbation is healthy. What a lie. What a psyop. What a psychological operation designed to keep men weak and dependent and ashamed and scared, controllable. That's what it really is about. Because if they teach you what I'm about to teach you in the schools, they would have a very different society. If they taught men how to not only control, but to harness their sexual energy and use it for things other than sex, it would be a very different society. It would be a society that is hard to control with lies and fear. That is why this practice I'm going to show you and the larger theme of transmuting sexual energy is so fundamental. Absolutely fundamental. It can absolutely change your life. Imagine if you never had to masturbate anymore. Because when you felt that fire, that flame of passion, you knew how to take this raw power and refine it through your nervous system and apply it to sports, training, fighting, working, meditation. Anything that we do in our normal life that requires energy can be enhanced by knowing how to transmute that hot, crude, base sexual energy into something higher. Not to say hot and crude is bad. Sometimes it's good to get down, get dirty. You know, you gotta sometimes have sex. My goodness, Brahmacharya. A lot of yogis who follow Brahmacharya, they never come. They never release. A lot of traditional tantrics never release. This is not my way. This is not the way. The way is, as usual, something in the middle, because the truth is always in the middle. Indeed, masturbating to porn every night is one extreme. And the other extreme is complete Brahmacharya, never releasing semen except for the purpose of making children. My way is in between. It is the way of awareness. It is the awareness of the energy and the value that semen bindu provide. That horny energy is energy, though unrefined. And the experience of horniness will change once that energy is brought up to the higher centers. And suddenly you have energy for everything. Your aura is glowing as you walk down the street. You speak fearlessly. You act without hesitation. It is all the same energy that you were just spewing out on Pornhub, but different. You see, now, when I am approached for sex or I have a sexual opportunity, it's not that I will say no, but it's that I need to evaluate, is this sexual experience with this person worth temporarily losing the energy boost I get from retaining my semen? So it's not about abstinence. It's not about saying no to sex. It's that suddenly sex doesn't have the ultimate value because there's other things that I'm doing that are even more valuable. My meditation practice, connecting with base reality, becoming stronger, faster, becoming a better boxer, going deeper into my yoga asana practice, going deeper into pranayama. All of these things outweigh a one-night stand. So one-night stands don't exist anymore. It's not worth it. The only way that it's worth it for me is if there's somebody that I am very we feel the connection. There's a spiritual, deeper meaning there. Then it is worth it, and the trust is there. Then it's worth it. It's not about saying no. It's about asking, is it worth it? This is the way. But to get to this realization, if you are watching this video and masturbating every day to porn, this is going to sound like nonsense. It's going to sound academic, theoretical. What do you mean, is it worth it? If I have a chance to have sex, I will have sex. My goodness, it's sex. Of course, to get to this realization, it needs to be personal, experiential, and non-dogmatic. And this is the purpose of this technique. If you practice this technique I'm going to show you, you can learn to transmute your sexual energy and come to these conclusions yourself. So, let's begin. So we start sitting in a comfortable position, in a seated meditation position. You can also find yourself doing this on the chair. You can do it standing up. First, I want you to imagine that your sexual organs are resting in a cup at the base of your body, at the Muladhara. The root chakra, or the perineum, is this cup of genitals, sexual organs. And there is a spine, a spinal straw inside of the cup. One end is at the cup, and the other end is at the crown. So we have a cup of sexual organs, a spinal straw extending from the cup to the crown. And this is important because we're going to do something where you're going to pretend to drink from the cup. And the end of the straw is here, at the crown. So it's almost like you're sucking from the end of the straw, from the cup. Like you're drinking from the cup through the spinal straw. And the mouth, if you will, is at the crown. That's the thing that's sucking the stuff up from this cup through the straw. Relax body. Exhale completely. And on the exhale, bring your awareness to the cup. On the inhale, visualize energy or liquid being sucked up from the cup through the straw, which is your spine at the back, all the way up, 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 up the spine, up, 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 sucking up, 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 all the way to the crown. By the time it gets to the crown, you will have a full inhalation. Hold the full inhalation and visualize the energy that you've sucked up this straw condensing at the crown into a white cloud. And after a few moments, you release, exhale, and visualize that white cloud now turning into precipitation. And it precipitates down the front channel of the body on the exhale, ending where we began at the muladhara, at the cup, which contains your sexual organs. This is one round of the practice. Again, you exhale and bring all your awareness to the cup. Inhale up the spinal straw, up the spine on the back side of the body, slowly visualizing this energy from the cup rising up the spine, collecting at the crown, condensing like a cloud as you hold the inhale inside, kumbhaka, inhale retention, a few moments, and then you release like precipitation from the cloud down the front channel of the body on the exhale, ending where we began at the cup. Inhale, the energy rises through the spinal straw at the back, culminating at the crown, condensing into a cloud. You can even start to see lightning forming in this cloud, like shh, and it bursts, pregnant with precipitate. On the exhale, down the frontal side of the body. So on both ends of the technique, there is a small retention on the exhale as you focus on the cup. You breathe in, up the spine to the crown, and there is a small inhale, breath retention, as you focus on this cloud at the crown. Exhale. This is the technique. Very simple in practice, but also very powerful. One of the things that I love about this technique is that you can do it anywhere, and it works immediately. You can try it today. You can be an avid masturbator watching porn every day, and just try this out today. Next time you go out and you see a person who gives you that feeling, or you just get that feeling, or you're just about to get the feeling that, oh, I need to go watch some porn because I'm so horny. Try doing 3 rounds of this technique. See how you feel different. See how that sexual heat energy has started to redistribute, and then do more. Just keep doing it until you do not have the urge anymore. Keep doing it until you do not feel the heat there anymore. And then the great thing is when you walk outside, you're in the lineup to buy something at the grocery store, and you see this girl. Well, first of all, in my opinion, you should be going to talk to her. But if you don't want to talk to her, if that's not something you want to do, but you hate this feeling of sexual frustration and anxiety and tension there, in that moment, as you're standing, as you're walking, whatever, do this technique. Watch how it dissolves the tension stuck at the lower energy centers and how it starts to move it up throughout the entire body. You can start to feel the energy in the entire body. So practice this. Stop jerking off, because that is precious energy. Precious, precious energy that you can use to do anything you want, to accomplish your goals in meditation, work, family, relationships, training. There are so many better ways that you can use that energy that's inside of you. So start this today. Just give it a try. And let me know in the comments how it's working for you and what your experience has been so far.